Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bronwen's Cove Tarot. This is a timeless collective reading on what is coming forward. If you are a new face, welcome in. If you are a returning one, welcome back, soul family. It's really good to have you here. Please know that my readings are for entertainment purposes only. I'm just going to do the boring legal disclaimers just to get them out of the way. My readings are for entertainment purposes only, and that is whether they are personal readings or the ones that you see on here that are collective. Know that any energy that I pick up on, it is supposed to be a confirmation and clarity of what you already intuitively know. So if anything comes up in the areas of law, in the areas of mental health, physical health, or anything to do with courts or finances, and it really resonates for you, please make sure that you are reaching out to those who are qualified in those areas, because I don't claim to be, I'm just a channel. There is a real intense energy that's come through. Like someone's feeling really overstimulated. Like I'm at the moment feeling really overstimulated, and I only felt like that the minute I tapped in. Like I'm feeling too hot. So now I'm going to take off this top that I have. I'm feeling way too hot, and the lights have turned really bright, and there's no reason for that, and I'm hot and stuff like that. And before I actually tapped in, I didn't feel like this. So someone here may be feeling overwhelmed by something, really overwhelmed, like it's overwhelming all of the senses. This is giving me Taurus energy. Please know that if I say he, she, masculine or feminine, I'm just picking up on energies. It's really up to you whether or not you assign a gender. You don't have to. You can swap the genders round. You can get rid of them altogether or leave them as they are. Okay, there is something going on here with someone's adrenaline. Like someone feels like it's like fight or flight energy. That's what I'm getting. Fight or flight. Let's see what wants to come out. I'm going to ring this bell. This is just to cleanse the air around me and for you. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, please turn down your volume now. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Sweet. Now, I've been guided to take out this deck, which is, I will show you this one. Okay, now let's see. Something's overwhelming. What is overwhelming? I feel we have the violet flame, archangels and angels, but specifically Zadkiel and Amethyst have come in, and Archangel Uriel is very, very present. Archangel Uriel being the angel of the north that looks at foundations, structure, your body, your physical needs. And Zadkiel and Amethyst, it's very much about purging something. Now, these two have come through. I've noticed that this, I lit the candle today and it came out more, it's like an orangey red with pink and purple hues around it. So we're going to figure out what's going on here. Why is someone feeling overwhelmed? And what is this about the body? This could be the 6th house. This could be Virgo energy. I'm getting earthy energies. Nothing on here. There's something that's being hidden. Something that's being hidden by who? Let us know what's going on. Evidence and commitment and healing. Why am I getting like evidence, commitment and healing? I'm going to try them again because it doesn't resonate with me. Right, tell me what we need to know about this overwhelming feeling when it comes to an earth sign. An earth sign here. What is this with this earth sign? Support, rejection, and passion in reverse. This is a connection of some sort. Security is coming upside down, and that makes sense. This is to do with Archangel Uriel again. That red colour is also giving me root chakra. Someone here is feeling unbalanced by the support they're getting. They're feeling very unbalanced because it's almost like with this reward upside down, they're waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's the energy that I'm getting. And there's no strings. This is something's coming through, a friendship. This is a genuine friendship because passion's in reverse. There's someone here who's either numbing or hiding themselves from a new friendship that's coming in. Why? Why are they doing this? Especially with the first card coming out being a blank, right? I have a feeling that someone here has been through a lot of rejection in their life, or they've been hurt quite a few times and they've always come back and always wanted better. But there's that guard, and we have that guard. That guard's there to protect us. But when we over armor, like that's our divine masculine, when we over armor, we end up without even realizing, rejecting, genuine opportunities to connect with other people. And this seems to be some sort of friendship that's very supportive. It's genuinely supportive. And there's no rejection here. This is someone really accepting you or accepting this person in the collective for who they are. Completely. No matter if you are different to them, no matter if you look different, think different, this being this way, this is complete acceptance. And it may feel really alien, and that is why there is this blank card, because if it's an alien feeling to you or an alien feeling to this person, something's not fitting right in their body. What is this adrenaline? I'm feeling like a pump of adrenaline. Why? These ones? No, which ones would you like me to go for? These? Wow. Okay, interesting. Let's have a look. Why is there, it's almost like a sense of panic, a little bit of a sense of panic. Why is there a sense of panic coming in here? Because you've got here a magical protector is there for you. If you're feeling unstable or you're feeling unsafe, or there's a connection that's coming out and you're worried, there's a need or an encouragement to question what is it that you're worried about. And not to, don't think about what ifs. What if it goes like this? What if it goes like that? Because that is literally the monkey mind going into overactive drive, if that makes sense. My brain, I've got a bit of brain fog today. So stringing words together can be difficult. I do suffer from migraines. You inspire trust and confidence is upside down. So someone here isn't trusting that something is genuine. Creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow. This is a protected blessing. This is a protected connection of some sort that is going to bring in, this is a collaboration. This person is soul family. Because you've got 3-1 underneath there, right? That condenses down to a 4. That's your 4th house. That's Cancer and the moon. That's all to do with emotions. Someone might be flooded with emotions. I feel like someone's about to, if this hasn't already happened to someone here, if it doesn't resonate for you, this is about to happen. This new friendship coming in. And you have here the unexpected, a change you did not see coming. Come now. Come on. And you've got to take care of yourself. This is somebody who is very caring. Take care of yourself. Again, with it saying the beautiful little earthworm, this is very grounding. Someone here may want to ground themselves or do breathing techniques because there's going to be an overwhelming energy of something here. And for someone, it's screaming, don't trust, shut down. But really, what I'm getting from this is it's like their knee-jerk reaction is to reject because they feel like they're going to get rejected. But you're not, or this person is not going to, and you're being told to take a moment, breathe. You are protected. You're literally protected. And this is what I mean by meditate. Someone here may need to do meditation or breathing exercises, or if you're feeling really overstimulated, like I can get overstimulated by lights and sounds and things like that. And sometimes my thoughts will be buzzing all over the place. I put earplugs in and I can either put an eye mask on or I have something soft that's really nice and sensory, and I can rub that until I kind of calm down my vagus nerve. Someone needs to do this. Someone needs to know that they are protected. And there is something here about, it says find solutions in unknown places in the darkness. So there's a protector. There's someone on your team of highest light and resonance that wishes to give you a message. Okay, it's something to do with your creativity. With it being blue, this is all to do with your throat chakra. So this is communication. You will only get these visions or communications or dream downloads or whatever that may be when you are calm. If you are feeling overstimulated or overwhelmed, or this connection coming in may stir something in you that you haven't felt for a while, you're being told to quiet your mind in any which way that you see fit, because it can be that someone likes to go on night walks when it's quiet outside. I mean, listen to outside now. Noisy motorbikes, cars going past, trains and stuff like that. It can be very distracting. There's someone here, they need quiet. Childhood treasures resurface. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is confirmation for myself. There is this sense of teenage angst slightly, but teenage giddiness is what I'm getting for someone here. Interesting. Okay, so let's pop these out. Because look, we also have the support card. We had this support card here, right? And then you also have A magical protector is here for you. And we were talking about soul family. So whoever it is that's coming in they may be soul family, like high level soulmate. And you got to remember that soulmates can be platonic as well as romantic. Someone may be actually meeting their tribe, if that makes sense. Something, I feel like someone should have met, they could have met their soul tribe or soul mate or soul someone when they were younger, but I heard it was a missed opportunity, or something was delayed on purpose. Yeah, because you've got here security in reverse, talking about the 4th house, right? And when you look at the top here, this number condenses down to a 5, which is about change. And you have childhood treasures resurface. So something that happened in childhood that may have changed the course of someone's life. Whatever negative experiences they may have had, that you've grown and blossomed from. Especially with this heart space here. This is definitely to do with heart space, either self-love, rejecting love from others, not knowing how to receive love, or having to guard yourself from love because of being hurt in the past. I heard let's rewind time. Let's rewind time. And this is also with this unexpected, a change you did not see coming. This may have been a manifestation or a wish of someone when they were very, very young. And it's coming in now because you've passed some sort of test, or you've learned what you needed to learn. I'm going to pop this one here. Take care of yourself. Tell me more about take care of yourself. Over there. Okay, this one or this one? This one, okay. So I've been told to take this big old one out here. What's take care of yourself about? You've got knight and damsel. Oh, well, those two go together, don't it? So that's some sort of divine connection here. This is definitely a soulmate kind of connection as well. And you've got on here, for knight, loyalty, romance, and chivalry. A love of honor. And then damsel, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. What is going on here? So this is definitely some sort of connection that's coming in. And definitely there's the underlying of trusting yourself, not the fear of being hurt. And I heard because this person may have gone through very similar things, but this is coming in as a supportive friendship. And passion's in reverse for a reason. Either passion's in reverse because someone's denying their feelings, or passion is coming in reverse because if this is the start of something that can turn into romance, right now it's a friendship, because either you, if this resonates, or the other person are having to find their footing really in what their role is in this friendship, whether you feel the same as the other party or the party feels the same as you, and it's going to take time. But one is the knight and one is the damsel. That's cute as heck, right? And it's irrespective of gender, because we hold both masculine and feminine energies, and it's up to you which one you kind of resonate with more, so to speak. Okay. Right, okay. So we have someone here who's very, very creative. Once upon a midnight dreary, creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow is coming through as this knight. Now I'm looking at that knight, and the knight isn't, that horse isn't really moving. It's giving me the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. This could be a creative collaboration as well as a friendship that turns into something else. With that blue being here as well, this dark blue, this is to do with, I was going to say the throat chakra, but I'm getting more the indigo blue for your third eye. So this person could be, there may be something about when you get stuck with something, they will give you creative insight. Now, damsel is next to deep sea mermaid. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. This is an inner journey. This relationship is going to highlight places where whoever this is in the collective may have felt limited or stunted when it comes to knowing thyself, when it comes to expressing themselves. And this is all to do with your sacral chakra. So it is to do with creativity, but it's more to do with your divine feminine energy, of how you connect to your own intuition, how you connect to divine feminine energy, which again, it links into this other energy over here, this blue energy. Communication, talking about your emotions, talking about your experiences growing up as well. There's something here about I was actually talking to a friend about this, about patterning. because they were asking me what my type was. They didn't know what my type was. And I said that it's more to do with patterning, because in my past, I have dated African, Sri Lankan, Irish, Austrian, and so on and so forth. And it's not to do with the way a person looks. Of course, there has to be that chemistry. It's more to do with patterning. And what I realized, as much as each relationship had its highs and its lows, the reason why they end in heartache is because the patterning is the same, and the patterning is the wounding from childhood. Once you heal that patterning, that wound, the pattern changes and it becomes more high vibrational. So there is definitely this energy coming through, and that's just my experience, okay? But there is definitely this energy coming through of, I heard this is the fear of the unknown. Because this relationship is going to heal something within patterning. So this person isn't going to be the collective's type when it comes to patterning, when it comes to wounding, when it comes to the relationships that you look at in the past, and how there was a repeating pattern in the behaviors or traits of the partners that you may have had. Okay, whether that is emotionally stunted or unavailable, or someone who may have pent-up anger, whatever that may be. This links back to childhood experiences with our caregivers. Our caregivers are our first parents. They're our first teachers that show us that our relationship with the world, relationship with each other, relationship with other people, with food, with relationships, with money, and whatever happens there, whatever is kind of given to us, either in generational trauma or given to us in generational blessings, is then expanded on, depending on the experience that we have with other people. And there seems to be here, this relationship is going to change something. It's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing coming through. But this is the unknown. This is why someone may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a bit like they're being overstimulated, because it's all coming in at once. And this being blank, it's a blank slate, you guys. This is a blank slate. This is the reason why I've had a lot of kind of like love energy coming through, a lot of grounding energy, and this energy of Archangel Zadkiel and Archangel Amethyst coming through. That's talking about cleansing away what no longer resonates. It doesn't resonate. And there's a timeline shift that's already happened. And we have had energy coming out before about, past exits and people trying to come back and karmic. The timeline has changed. It's jumped. And those people aren't part of that anymore. They're still going to try stuff, but they're not part of it anymore. And I've just realized, let me get my Nazar. There you go, little eye. Okay. Making sense now, you guys, making sense. Can I get another one for the magical protector? What's going on with the magical protector, please? And thank you. Mentor has come out. Passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. There may be information that can be passed between the two as well. However this relationship begins, I feel like there is definitely, when I was talking about healing, and when it comes, and the colour here is very similar to the colour that we have on this one. Okay, so this is all to do with the sacral chakra. This is healing father line or mother line. Passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. I do feel also that there is an ancestor that's going to reach out, that's going to help with this, that's passing something down, especially this magical protector is here for you. This one that's supporting. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I feel like whoever this person is to you, whether you've met them or not yet, you may share a protector. So for example, it could be that you both have Anubis on your team. You may both have Jesus on your team. You may have an Anunkai on your team. Whoever that may be for you, there's something about sharing the same like soul tribe. And I said that the same. I feel it's gonna feel very familiar. And with childhood treasures resurface and that security being upside down, there is definitely something here that someone when they were a child wished that they had. And I don't know if that is kind of like being understood. For someone, it may have been being understood, or feeling loved, or feeling not so lonely. I don't know, but it's to do with your root chakra and security, because you've even got a red dragon on here. But red dragon energy, red dragon energy for me is to do with a fiery wall of protection. I work with dragon energy, and red dragons are extremely protective. They are fierce. And this is an energy of transformation. For someone here, there was a multitude of wrong ends or dead ends that someone went through their life, from their teenage years up to present. And that is not to shame someone or say you did something wrong, but there was a lack of guidance that should have been given to you. And that's what I mean. It's almost like rewinding. Something's being rewound. This sense of insecurity, this sense of not being grounded, this sense of not being, not belonging. Someone here is a starseed. There's very much this energy of not feeling like they belong, even in their own family. I think that's probably the reason why I had that, a kind of calling to put up that post about the black sheep of the family. How are you doing? You've also got here Samaritan, and these are all coming up with orange. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. There seems to be, wow, okay, so there may be someone from your past in your family, or someone that you saw as family, that hurt you or made you feel unsafe even when you were trying to care for them, because this refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. There may be this cycle of whoever it is that's coming into your life, this romantic partner that's coming into your life that's also collaborating in some way, and I heard it's a life's mission, may also help with confronting, and your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And it doesn't have to be that the family member or the person that you saw as family is the person that's going to come forward and say, help me. But there may be other energies that come forward that remind you of that. And it's almost like saying, if there is a tiny bit of wounding left from that past life or past timeline, this masculine, feminine, he, she, they energy that's coming in to collaborate, I had to shower someone with love. It's going to bring up, it's going to change your boundaries or give you healthier boundaries, especially as this one here says, understanding the nature of healthy romance. But I'm hearing boundaries as well. It's not just boundaries, but it's like linking into someone's childhood wounding. I don't know if someone had to grow up really quickly, or if somebody was made to take care of somebody else in the family, or there's something along those lines where someone had to become a carer at a young age, or someone here had to overgive and had a lot of responsibilities when they shouldn't have. They should have just been a child, or they should have just been a teen, and that didn't happen. And this is giving opportunity to go back and kind of like revisit that time. And it's almost like not erase what happened, but given a second chance to be that age again and to do the things that you never got to do. So if you were 17 or 15 and you were looking after an older sister, or you were looking after your dad or your mum or whatever that may be, and you never got to go to prom, or you never got to do, go to the you never got to go to the roller disco or go ice skating or whatever that may be, there is this chance with whoever this person that's coming in that's going to light up through creativity, through expression, through artistic flow. They're going to give a safe space for you to express yourself and your inner child or your inner teen where you didn't get to do that before. And it's going to really address over time wounds from childhood where you didn't feel safe. And it's almost like and this is my opinion through experience, it's not fact because everyone has different beliefs on when it comes to healing. But when I think of, like, for example, when we get wounded, and when we get wounded in a big way, when I say that, I'm not talking about like one event that could just hurt you, because that does happen to some people. But sometimes wounding can happen in small measure over a frequent period of time. So for example, you can have a childhood where you have a mum, you have a dad, or you have two dads, two mums, whatever, whoever it is that's raising you, and you have a home, and you have, food to put in your stomach, and, you get to go to school and you have your books, but you're ignored. And that happening every day, it chips away at a child's confidence, when they're getting home and they're not given the affection they need or the time that they need to express themselves. That is how the shadow is born and how it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There's something here with, over time, being given that space to go back to certain timelines where that wounding happened, where it fragmented off from the rest of the soul and was left there because it was too overwhelmed. That's why I was feeling the overstimulation. That makes a lot of sense now. And I'm sorry that I'm stopping and starting, but it's the way my brain works when I'm processing information. Soul fragmentation, for those who do not understand what that is, and this is my understanding of it, is that when something happens in our lives that is too overwhelming or too overstimulating or too stressful for us to deal with and recognize and heal from in that instance, and that can be, like I said, a one lifetime changing event, or it can be a nuance of small things happening in small measure over a frequent period of time. It can cause a rift in our soul, in our actual energy. And the part that has been wounded so much can be left behind in that timeline, because it's easier for us to do that and try to manage to continue living and breathing and going to work and, connecting and so on and so forth, than actually looking at that part. But it means that if we're not looking at that part, there's always that little bit that's been hidden, that's in the shadow, that hasn't been seen. And there will be times when we get triggered, whether that's that sister that, tries to contact you, whether it's the uncle or the mum or the cousin or that person that you said was your sister or your brother, and they turned out to, they stabbed you in the back. And then something else comes up to remind you of that. And all of a sudden we're triggered again and we don't know why. This soul fragmentation is coming back. And it's not going to come straight back into you. It goes up to your oversoul, to your, your I am presence, and will be reintegrated when it needs to. And this person that is coming in as a soulmate, as a high level soulmate, as a twin flame, for those who resonate with twin flames, this person over time is going to help heal or reintegrate certain parts of someone's childhood. I don't know if someone had a childhood friend, because I'm getting from this energy also, someone was given either too many responsibilities when they were young and was made to grow up, and their needs were ignored, or someone here was, I'm getting like loneliness, like someone was lonely, or somebody they weren't seen. And that's why I was getting the starseed energy of not feeling like you fit in, but they weren't seen. And I don't know if they had an imaginary friend, or if someone here was a seer from a really young age, and they could see ghosts, they could see spirit, or they could see signs and synchronicities. And either that frightened them, or the opposite, it really brought them comfort, because the rest of the world was very, very, it was just too intense. And I know that for me personally, when I was very little, my mum used to say that I was a daydreamer, and that and I remember this, I used to walk around with my mouth open because I was daydreaming. But what I realized is that I was actually astral projecting and going into other realms. And my mum would come and just close my mouth and she'd be like, "You're going to catch flies." And I used to find being around people too much. And I would spend hours and hours illustrating and drawing when I was like 8. And I was very small, and I'd just be doing it by myself because I found the environment around me too much. Also, the things that were happening in my home as I was growing up, because everyone has childhood trauma to a certain degree. Even if you have the most 2.4 family and, you have the most wonderful childhood, there's always wounding. It's just part of psychology. It's the way it is, and it comes out in different ways. But there's something about integrating a part of you or a part of this person in the collective, that it's not that someone is running from their shadow. It's that they didn't realize that that was part of their shadow. There's something here that someone didn't even realize. It's not that it's hurting you, it's that it is missing. It's still in that last timeline. And I feel like this may be something that this mentor card is not giving me, that this person is just going to be teaching you. I feel like there's going to be this, an equality and equilibrium that's coming in, that this person is going to do the same for you and you're going to do the same for them. It's teacher and student, student and teacher. And this magical protector that is there for you, this loyal guardian, may be kind of the one that's been pulling the two together, that's been calling you in, and there have been certain things that have had to take place almost when you think of how you are going to connect to this person and your life and all the events that you've been through, and the same with them as a massive cosmic chess piece. And on this chessboard, on this board, you have all of these different pawns. You have the knight, you have you have everything on there. And each step is an action or experience, or it could be a portion of time within your life and in their life, and how we're now at the point where the king and the queen, or even the knight and the damsel, to the king and the queen, are about to meet. They're about to be right next to each other, which I think is amazing, because it's been so long, and I feel like there have been puzzle pieces for someone here where they haven't. I don't know who it is, but I'm picking up on someone here who's been listening to tarot, especially when it comes to some sort of divine counterpart or connections in that way. And it's not so much of feeling like they're on a crossroads, but it's almost like, well, when is this person going to come in? How is this person going to come in? And then you hear, oh, it's a collaboration. All right, I get it. I'm going to work with this person, blah, blah, blah. But not really knowing when, where, how. And I feel like this ball is getting quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. And this is confirmation for whoever that is. So whoever that resonates with, this is for you. Okay. But the fact that we have so much orange coming out refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. This person is going to help when it comes to completely and utterly 100% healing, forgiving, letting go of whoever it is from the family that has created wounds that connect into either the mother's bloodline or the father's bloodline. Okay? Because the thing is as well is that, I look in the comments, and I mean, everyone is on a different healing journey, and we're all at different paces, and they're all slightly different. They're all unique, even if we're going to the same place. But when I see people saying, I'll never forgive that person, I've moved on, but I never forgive them. But then you haven't moved on, because if you haven't forgiven, and I'm not saying that you have to, I am just saying this objectively. And it took me a very, very, very long time to realize that. And it doesn't mean that I'm completely there either. But as an objectively, as an observation, if you don't forgive someone and you've moved on, that means you are still holding resentment. You're still holding hurt and wounds from that person and what they did, which means that follows you everywhere. You may have moved on physically, but emotionally, every time somebody talks about them, it's going to trigger that again, and it's going to bring those emotions back up again. And that's bringing me like full circle to what I was saying, that whoever this is that's coming in, they're going to help with that. And it doesn't mean that, the work that you've done on yourself, the empowerment that you've taken in taking steps to move away from whoever it was that was pulling down your vibrations, or walking all over you, or was energy harvesting, or was a energy vampire, whatever that may be, that isn't valid. It's not saying that in any way, shape or form. It's literally saying that the universe has seen the hard work that you've done and gone, this is the blessing that you get. Not only is somebody who is on the same vibration as you, who is going to appreciate you for who you are, they're also, I feel like this person may have been through very similar things, and you together, not only are you going to help each other to heal that last little bit and love each other equally, but also there is something about creativity and collaboration and artistic expression that's also going to come from this. And I think that's beautiful. Anything else that needs to come out? Look at this, yeah. And I say that, and I knew it was something to do with like working with someone on something bigger than just the relationship between the two of you. Because you've got here, look, the ones that I saw, shut the front door, man. And I told you it was a father wound, because look, You've got here dictatorial control, abuse of authority. So someone here may have something that needs to be healed in that area. And then you also have femme fatale, an inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And that's upside down. So someone may have a money wound or something to do with this. Again, sacral chakra. This could literally be a sensuality or sexuality wound that is going to be healed. And someone else may have either an issue with authority or may also have a father wound, and it's going to be healed. You've got these 3 cards came out. Warrior, Mystic, and Midas. Now, the first one came out was Midas and Miser. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything into gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. You then have Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine. This is soul life purpose. All right, like that's the blueprints of someone's life purpose. And this is saying also that when this person comes into your life or into the collective's life, whoever it resonates for, that you're gonna know there's something about knowing each other, even though you haven't met. And if you've already met this person, there is this, I don't know, it's like it's a vibration. It's a frequency. It's going, I've known you in another life, or getting that deja vu, like, where do I know you from? You guys have a soul mission together. And look, you've got warrior coming out. Strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. This is a warrior's mission between 2 soul contracts. This is soul contracts for the highest good. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing, you guys. Let me put this one here, here, and here. There's also, I don't know if this person's going to have very common, and not common, there's going to be very similar experiences from childhood, is what I'm getting as well. Yeah, you've got healer in reverse. And then you've got over there Mystic, and you've also got your imaginary friend. Someone may have had an imaginary friend. You may have dreamt of each other when you were children. This person, you may have been guiding each other when you were children and you didn't even realize. Someone here astral projected when they were a kid. Someone was meeting up on the ethers with this person, and it's literally like decades later or however long later that you're actually going to meet in person. Crazy. I love this. And it says here, taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself is upside down. So someone here has experienced maybe negative interactions with the spiritual community, either when they were younger or when they were teens, and it kind of put them off. Or there may have been what they saw as very frightening experiences with other dimensions, and they just closed off from the actual gifts that they had. I don't know if this is going to be a very similar thing, like when having that conversation, like, that happened to me. Oh my gosh, that happened to me as well. Oh, how old were you when you first saw a ghost? I was this age. How old were you? Oh my gosh, I used to go and dream of this place. I dreamt of that place as well. Oh my gosh, were you the one wearing the red? And oh, you were the one wearing the blue. It's that kind of energy. Right, I'm going to put these down. And I want to go, yeah, I think I should go for these ones here. What a lovely read. We've got here karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you, and then self-indulgence in reverse. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. I feel like there is a third energy coming up. I'm going to pop these ones here. Why have I got this third energy coming up? This is literally, okay, now I get it. Whoever this person is, they're going to help with healing someone from the past. And I was saying that, and I was picking up family. It doesn't have to just be family. It literally can be a karmic. So it could be an ex. It could be, we were talking about patterning as well, and how we take patterning when we look at common denominators in the past. We are the common denominator in every experience that we have, be that in, work, be that with friendship circles, be that with love and romance. And we are the ones that set the boundaries, whether they are healthy or not healthy. And when we choose to not have healthy relationships, it's not something that you should shame yourself over in any way, shape, or form. And I'm not picking it out to do that. We do it unconsciously. We don't realize that we are actually going down the exact same route and path we did with the last, he, she, they, with the last work job that we had, the last friendship circle. We think it's going to be different. But what we're doing is the same thing and expecting to get a different result, And do you know what the thing is as well? If I go back like 6 months ago, I was going through, I came out the end of a dark night of the soul about 4 months ago. I'd say about 4 months ago. And when I was going through the thick of it, the messages that were coming through the most were doing the same thing and expecting a different result is a sign of madness. You keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting to have a different result, and then wondering why you still end up in the same relationship, in the same mess, in the same drama. And I was too close to it to understand what they were saying. It's to do with this karmic relationship. There's someone who is not wishing to heal from what happened and going into the same patterning. We look in tarot at, the energies that are coming through, and sometimes we'll be like, oh my gosh, this X is coming through, and oh my gosh, they're so dramatic. And we forget that at one point, so were we. And anyone in the comment section going, I've never been karmic, I've never been dramatic. You are lying to yourself, okay? And that is not me cussing you out or having a go at you. It's me calling you out. And we have to call ourselves out on this. We have to call ourselves out on this. Sometimes we are too close to realize that cycle, if you keep doing the same thing and then wondering why the last husband or wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, he, she, they partnership that you've had ends in tears or ends with them being the same as the last person that you were in a relationship with, it's because you're doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And I learned that. I had to go the long way round to realize that. So this karmic relationship, this over here with Samaritan, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. This is you as well as whoever it is from your past. It doesn't mean that someone coming from your past going, oh, I'm really broke and I know that I robbed you and left you with nothing, but could you lend me $3,000? And you're like, oh, but tarot told me I have to help them. No, I'm not saying that in any way, shape or form. It's the energy that if somebody comes up from your past, or the energy of the past comes up, that triggers something along these lines. It's knowing that the karmic cycle that they're in is a karmic cycle that you were in, and being able to objectively look at it and go, okay, this is what I need to heal. There has been in a lot of the readings that I'm doing, the energy of someone from the past coming forward, and that they wish to get either some sort of absolution or forgiveness, and they wish to illuminate some of the things that happen in the past. Now, it is your choice. I am not saying that you have to hear them out and that you have to forgive them and that you have to. No, it's your choice. It's your path. And where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. What this is highlighting, though, is that the relationship that's coming in may actually trigger past wounds. And I am getting that for someone here, the thing is as well, is that we always talk when it comes in like, when we think of our person or our soulmate or whoever's coming in, we only ever highlight the positive things and attributes. You have to remember that the person coming in is a person. They are human. Everyone has faults. I have faults. I can sometimes be impatient. Sometimes I want to spend way too much time by myself rather than interacting with other people. I can get grumpy if I haven't eaten. I sleep so much. Do you know what I mean? We all have really wonderful traits, and then we have traits that can be irritating or annoying or flaws. And this is reminding you that when this person comes in, it's not a fairy tale. They're a human being, and there are going to be certain things that may rub you up the wrong way. And it's because there is a wounding somewhere. And it may be from childhood, but it's also going to remind someone here of their past relationship. And we started off with this energy of feeling really overwhelmed and really kind of like overstimulated and almost like, oh my gosh, I need to run away and close myself off. And it's because whoever's coming through is genuinely going to be somebody who will support you or support whoever this is in the collective. But they're also going to bring up, because they feel familiar, and because there's somebody who is going to be almost like a mirror in showing back to you your shadow as well as your light. There are going to be times, give me 1 second, I've had so many cold calls. I'm not going to say anything though.
Hello? Hello?
I've had them all day. There are good, and that is giving me the energy that this person, whoever it is that's coming in, is going to push you past your boundaries of being comfortable. And the first knee-jerk reaction is to close down or go, this is not safe, which is again bringing up this security energy. But you are being reminded, or someone in the collective is being reminded, this person may be pushing your boundaries, but they're not doing it because they're trying to use you or walk over you or be that energy vampire or be that narcissistic person. They're literally doing it to help you and to support you. And there's also this energy of it being a healthy relationship. And it comes back to these two again: loyalty, romance, and chivalry. A love of honor. This person is honorable. And someone here isn't used to that. And it may feel like an affront at first because you don't really know what that energy is. Someone here has never felt that. Someone's never actually felt a relationship where it's completely and utterly equal, where the other person actually listens to what you have to say. And it's reminding me of this guy that's on YouTube, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he gives relationship advice. And he plays both parts. So he'll play the feminine and he'll play the masculine. And there was one that he did where it was when you know somebody has been through dysfunctional relationships where there is wounding, because they're waiting to be dismissed or to be told no. And that's the energy that's coming through with this energy of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Of if you have had to fight to have your voice heard in a relationship, and be that when you were a child or be that when you were in your last relationship, if you constantly feel like you are being dismissed or you're not having your needs met or you're having to overcompensate and overgive to the other person, and then you look back at your relationships and realize they've all been like that, this person is going to be the opposite. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. But that inspiring you to rely on yourself has more than one meaning there, because it's talking about your independence, being okay with being alone and not constantly having to be stuck to someone, because there is the energy of either being the chaser or the runner in the relationship. So that could be overly chasing someone, always being available, always, if they're like, I'm hungry, I'll come over and cook for you, but you're in the middle of work or you're in the middle of doing something else, always being available. They phone and like, right, I want to see you, and you're like, you drop everything. Or being the opposite, and it's something about being clingy. And I don't know why this is like overgiving and not having boundaries. This relationship is going to teach boundaries. And there will be times that this will, that you will need to be, or this other person also will need to be vulnerable and open and honest without expecting there to be an argument, without expecting there to be some sort of confrontation. And someone here, whether that is you or the other person, may have never experienced that. And it may be some, because the thing is, I don't feel like this is one-sided in how this is going to make you or someone in the collective feel. I feel like this is going to be equally overwhelming in a good way, but something that is so foreign to their nervous system, to their emotional body, to their mental body, to their physical body, that it's going to be, it's almost like, it is that knee-jerk reaction to run away or to close down. And you're being told don't, because it's super flipping healing. And it's also going to give another perspective to people from the past. And we have had this coming up, and I've said this already, that in tarot, the theme coming through, that there is someone from the past that wants to come forward and they want to try again and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. The energy that I'm getting, though, is that it's going to help the relationship, this new relationship, this collaboration, this creativity, this really celebrating authenticity in each other and in oneself is going to also change the perspective for someone when it comes to looking at their past relationships and to the people that they overgave or ran away from, you know. And if there's somebody that's going to come forward and be like, I want to get back with you, it's going to encourage and nurture a different way of reacting to that person from the past, because the wound will slowly be healed to the point that it's not there anymore. And that's what I mean by this fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go and loving you. This energy of being able to look at the person from the past and see them not only for their actions, but for their wounds. And it doesn't mean making excuses for their behavior, because I'm not condoning anyone that has treated you like crap. I don't condone anyone that's treated me like crap. But it's being able to remove ourselves and look back and go, that's the reason they did that. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad that they're not loving themselves and I have moved on and started loving myself, and then coming round full circle and going, I want you back, rather than it being a reactive, no, I don't want you anywhere near me. It's no, that door is closed. I wish you well. I send you love, but that's not going to happen. And just moving on. And there's no other reaction than that. And you've got here, I am making plans for us. Now, is this a karmic person, or is this someone, I keep hearing there's someone in the community. There's somebody, whatever this relationship is, that starts off as a friendship. They're very close. They're closer than you think. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude and gaslight. Now, I don't know if this is a third party energy. Let me see. The golden mirror, self-absorbed, narcissistic, one-sided relationship, and love bombing is upside down. No, this is whoever it is that's coming in for this friendship that will turn into a romance, that will turn into this blossoming, beautiful connection. I lost my words for a second. It's really beautiful. It's very powerful. This person is not going to show their true feelings. They're going to hide it for now. And I feel like it's because they may have been through very, very, very similar things. And if they have, they may have their guard up. And it makes sense. It literally makes sense. And this is the reason why, over time of knowing each other, there will be a need or an encouragement to be vulnerable. Because once one person is vulnerable, the other person feels safe to do the same thing. And once the other person does that, it opens up that safe space to continuously be vulnerable and be comfortable and be authentic, you know, without the fear of being rejected. And I mean, we started up here with the card of rejection in reverse. It's knowing that this person is not going to reject you, and them realizing that you're not going to reject them, that they are open and honest, and there's something about someone having a very soft heart. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. It's giving me, because I just dropped a card and I don't know where it's gone. Once again, the card has disappeared. I don't know where it went. I'm so sorry. There you go. Oh, well, hot diggity. This could end up in an engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion and union. Get in there, collective. This is lovely. Anything else? And I do feel like there may be at some point someone from your past that will come in, that will try and offer you a cup, like the Page of Cups. They're going to be offering something. It may be earnest, but it won't be for you. Only something that's coming. Only people that are new. This new love is a soulmate connection of the highest level, is what I'm getting. I want to kiss you. Ooh, there's going to be a lot of chemistry between you and this person, this new person. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance and flexibility. And this takes us right back to the start, this is full circle. This is, look, we've got security coming up in reverse. This has taken us back to childhood. Childhood treasures resurface. Whatever wish fulfillment someone had as a child, when it came to security, identity, being seen, being heard, being valued. This person, this new person coming in, is going to give this to the person in the collective. Hands down. They will be 10 toes in. There is like this, there's trepidation, and I feel like it's coming from both parties in the beginning of how fast to take this. and whether or not to trust, and you can. But once they know that you are genuine and you know they are genuine, inseparable is what I'm hearing, inseparable. And the security that comes in with this is beautiful. Because I feel like there's some sort of unknowing or constantly feeling like they have to be on high alert. I'm hearing someone's childhood may have been, there was anxiety. It's almost like that fight, flight, or freeze. Someone was always walking on eggshells, or someone had to constantly feel like, a hare in the headlights, or a deer in the headlights. Someone else that may have always made themselves very small because their environment didn't feel safe. But this person feels like home. This new person coming in feels like home, and they feel familiar at the same time. That is so awesome. It's awesome that they're coming in for this in that way. Our new beginning is so close. Listen. Oh my gosh. And you've got, I'll make it up to you, baby. This is someone from the past. I'm telling you that while this new person comes in, and they are going to be coming forward soon, you will have someone from the past that is going to kind of like, they may trigger wounds. They may trigger something from the past. And I feel like the universe is letting you know it's okay to feel anything that you're feeling. All emotions are valid, even the volatile ones. The volatile ones only become low vibrational when we sit in them, when we repress them, and because they become stagnant and then they poison us. It's like the saying, that Buddhist saying, that anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. I don't agree with that. I agree that anger, repressing anger and not expressing it and not allowing it to circulate, that is like poison and expecting the other person to die. And this energy here of whoever it is that from your past, whoever this karmic relationship was, whatever emotions come up, allow them to. Allow yourself to be vulnerable with them, and know that if you are angry, for example, anger is the loudest emotion that we have to point to where it is that we are hurt. It is the loudest, the biggest. Go with that. And it's not saying go and punch walls or, or have road rage or anything like that. But if you're feeling some type of way after hearing or seeing that message from an ex, ask yourself where it is. Where does it hurt? Is it throat chakra? Is it heart chakra? Is it solar plexus? Where do you feel it in your body? And ask yourself why. And you will get an answer to that. And I do think that this may be also going on for this person. For whoever your soulmate is, whoever your high-level soulmate, they may be going through very similar things. So I do feel, and this has come up in my readings before, that this is going to be a slow burn. And what I mean by a slow burn is you are going to be, it's almost like tiptoeing around each other a little bit. There is this sensual chemistry between the both of you. There are going to be things that, you are really connecting with on a spiritual level, on a physical and emotional, and there will be this kind of tap dance around it. And that's going to take time, because as you do that, each of you will open up and feel more comfortable to be yourself and be more vulnerable and show your quirks and your weirdness and your uniqueness and your wonderfulness, And I heard for someone, your queerness. I love that. But once that happens, that ball is going to move so quickly and things are going to change so quickly. And within the midst of this person from the past, I will make it up to you, baby. This person is going to try and, they're going to try and cause a bit of drama. And I feel it's because they know that you are now out of their reach completely. And I feel for someone here specifically, when you make it official with this new person, someone from the past is going to realize, and they're going to try and come in and sabotage this. And I think this is the reason why you've got this energy here of refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. It's not so much of going and helping that person as it is knowing why they're doing what they're doing. And that's the energy that I got before, not just their actions, but the reasons behind their actions, and going, okay, this person is still in the karmic cycle. I was walking their path for a reason. We had a contract together. I learnt my part. They didn't, and they're still stuck in this. Now I can see where they're at and why they're acting the way they are now that I'm in this new relationship. I get it. I'm not angry with them. I send them love and I move on. Okay, that makes sense now. That makes a lot of sense. Just be aware of that. I feel like I should leave it here. Is there anything else that I need to say? No, I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated, I would love you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell so you can see more of my content and when I post. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much, Soul Family. I love you guys. Hearts, kisses. Please stay awesome. Have a wonderful day. Please know that my readings are now open. I have many emails to get through, so if you have messaged me and you haven't heard back from me yet, just send me a prompt email. Send me a prompt email every day. Seriously, because it's the best way for me to remember. Because I have 2 different email addresses that you can find down in the description box. It may take me a while to get to you, but once I get to you, we can have a conversation, see what it is that you need. Please know that I'm only offering 15-minute readings. That is 5-minute readings at the cost of 55 sterling pounds, £55, and that is a conversion of $70. If you want to have a 30-minute or an hour reading, I am not offering those at the moment. If you wish to purchase more than one 15-minute reading, you can. I will not condense those together. They will be given out separately. They may be given out on the same day. They may be given out on different days because I have so many other people that I'm reading for as well. Please know that my donations are open as well. At the moment, I am working on a GoFundMe, okay? This GoFundMe page, and I've said this in all of my readings because I feel it's so important right now. The GoFundMe is for street dogs in Sri Lanka. There is a lady called Connie. She is wonderful. She is a beautiful, beautiful soul. She has spent the last couple of decades out in Sri Lanka and in Sumatra as well. And she has it's her life's work, taking care of street dogs and street animals and street cats every day. Going out and feeding them, giving them medication because their needs aren't going to be met, because especially when you go to certain countries where the healthcare system or the actual working system itself is kind of broken, it's a lot harder to then take care of animals that are also just out in the wild, if that makes sense. And she has 150 street dogs in her care in the actual shelter and 50 street cats also. And the whole thing is run by donations. And the thing is as well, as much as she has 150 and then these 50 cats, there's not many people working in that shelter. They're doing it themselves around the clock. And when they're not in the shelter, they are out on the streets giving medication to animals, taking care of injured ones, sending them to, the mainland vet hospital, and having to pay for all of the surgeries and things along those lines. So far, we have raised altogether 1,662. I started off with the aim of just $400. The fact that we have surpassed that it's blown my mind, and I am so grateful. I'm trying to get to the goal of 2,500 because the amount of the exchange rate from the US dollar or from the British pound to the Sri Lankan rupees, it doubles or triples, and it means that she will get so much more from it than if she was having a shelter here, if that makes sense. Anyone that can donate, even if it's just $1, even if it's just £1, even if it's £100, if you've got that, amazing. That would make such a difference. If you can't afford to, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. I would ask that you please share the GoFundMe with your friends, with your family, with your work colleagues, with those that you know it will pull on their heartstrings and they'll be like, yeah, here's $1. Anything will help. I'm so blessed to have this community and to have such beautiful souls who have helped already and who can help and who will share. Thank you so much for your time. I know that I've waffled on quite a bit with that, but I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Stay awesome. Bye. Oh, and please do not get scammed by people in the comment section pretending to be me. If anyone reaches out to you, especially saying anything about a WhatsApp number, bruh, that's not me. If there is any kind of communication, if they do not have the handle of the Cove 111 on this channel, it is not me you're talking to. If they do not have the handle of Shine Bright 222 on the North Star Tarot channel, it's not me you're talking to. Just block and report them, please. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye bye.